All right, folks. Time to kick the game off. Saturday, October 7th, 4:45 p.m. Rematch between the Faith Lutheran Crusaders and the Bishop Gorman Gales. Cash money line to start out. Jeff Baldi, Posner, and as defense, Dylan Kelly in net. Gorman wins the face-off. Defensive regroup, loses it. Chips it back into the neutral zone, and Cash Johnson there's to grab it. Fishes it up to Creel, just out of reach. Posner back to Baldi. Baldi trying to get it up to Creel, and unable to do so. Puck deep in their own zone. Hard hit behind the goal line. Referees letting them know that was a little high. Borderline check in the back. Posner there trying to pin it. Baldi able to stuff the forward and chip it on its way out. Creel unable to get there in time. And puck back into their goal line. Posner brushes off his man and sends it, and that is going to be an icing, and it's coming back. Full change up for the Gales. Davis, Kincaid, and Liam in for forwards. Defenseman Tyler Martin, and I can't see the other defenseman. Gales won the face-off. Martin brings it around the wall, sends it over to the winger. Matt Miller, the other defenseman, sends it around to Liam Marsh. Liam Marsh trying to find an opening, get it to the center for a breakout. And that is a goal. Crusaders 1-0. 13:46 remaining in the first. Gales win the face-off. Jennings chips it up to DC Swanson. Xavier Couchet there to try to grab it. Crusaders have the puck, looking to break out of the zone, but stop just short. Swanson brings it around, back behind the net. Looking for a cleaner lane, sends it back to Evan Davis. Evan Davis winds up, shot, chipped by Jennings, but just to the left of the net. Jennings finding an open space in the middle, chips it back towards DC Swanson, but just out of reach. Lutheran trying to battle for the neutral zone. Gorman able to regroup. Back to Evan Davis. Evan Davis. DC Swanson. Breaking Stepancic through the neutral zone, loses it. Gorman shot high and into the netting. Shot face Lutheran from the point. Lutheran back behind their own goal line. Looking for a passing lane. Sends it. Shot off his own player's shin guard. Gilberto bringing it out. Dunnigan there. And Lutheran able to chip it. Breaks Stepancic. Sends it back to defense for a regroup. Passing through the center and chipped it deep. Stepancic putting pressure while the rest of the line goes in for a change. And looks like we're going to have a penalty on number 6. Lutheran holding on to a lot of sticks today, similar to the previous game. Gales go on the penalty kill. 12:06 remaining in the first. Faith winning 1-0. Face off in the Gorman defensive zone. Gales win the face off. And O'Hara looking for a lane and chips it out into the neutral zone. Faith Lutheran looking to regroup. Lutheran sending it deep. Davis and O'Hara in for the defenseman. Chipping it out. Shot off his own player. And they send it back deep into the Gorman zone. Chipped it through the crease, but no one there. Shot. And goal for Lutheran. 11:37 remaining in the first period. 2-0. Shots on net. 5-1 in favor of the Crusaders. Gales chip it deep, right on net. Gilberto putting pressure. Lutheran tries chipping it out, but unable to do so. Bounces off the wall in an odd way. Miller shot. Goalie able to glove that one. Lineup change. Davis, Marsh, and Kincaid in. Lutheran wins the faceoff and chips it deep. Race for the puck. Posner sends it up just out of reach of Kincaid, and Lutheran sends it back deep. Gorman looking for a solid breakout. Baldi looking for a passing lane. Chips it up to Marsh. To his feet. Baldi sending it around. And Liam Marsh coming in with the breakout through the neutral zone. Chips it in deep. Marsh brings it back behind the goal. Sends it to the crease, but deflected out. And puck back into the neutral zone. O'Hara. Davis sends it deep. Gales go in for a change. Cash line coming out. Stretch pass from Faith Lutheran, and that will be offsides. Gales win the face-off and send it deep into the Faith Lutheran zone. Cash Creel there. Pinned along the boards. Johnson dekes around his man. Chips it backhand, but unable to get a clear shot off. And good, solid back check by Bishop Gorman. Creel battling. Hard hit open ice for no reason on Cash Creel. Cash Tritten. Cash Tritten in pursuit of the puck. Faith Lutheran tries to get out of the zone, but and Gorman sends it back deep. And that should be icing. Puck's going to come back into the Faith Lutheran zone. 9:10 remaining in the first period. Shots on net are 5-3 in favor of the Crusaders. Gorman with the face-off win to Matt Miller. Matt Miller looking, shot off. The Lutheran player, Miller, able to get it back into the zone as Gorman goes to tag up. Jennings almost able to pick that off through the offensive zone. DC Swanson there to regroup. Sends it, trying to get it into the zone, but unable to do so. Martin, putting pressure, hits the man behind the goal line. Another solid hit by Tyler Martin. Jennings with an open ice hit. Jennings, you got a 3-on-1 and pass just out of reach of Xavier Couchet. Couchet to Jennings. Jennings dekes around, finding an open spot. Defensive change for Gorman. Jennings dekes around, trying to find an open shooting lane, but holding up possession very well behind the goal line. Chips it back to Couchet. Couchet to Baldi. Stick it's chipped. Lutheran sends it on net. Dylan there to retrieve. Gorman goes for a change and a breakout. Change on the Faith Lutheran side as well. Frankie Zubancic deking through. Sends it deep. It's got Dunnigan and Schiberto there in tow. Back to the blue line, able to hold it, and Gales send it back deep. Lutheran trying to find a breakout. Back behind their own goal line. Up to Zubancic. Just gets around Zubancic. Good check by Jeff Baldi. Baldi sends it back in off a player's stick, not able to get deep in the zone. Crusaders send it deep. Game is still 2-0 in favor of the Crusaders. 7:08 remaining in the first. Dunnigan chips it, and they go for a change. Full line change for Gorman. O'Hara and Evan Davis in on defense. Davis, Marsh, and Kincaid in. Kincaid chipping it up. Davis with a check at the blue line. And pass just out of reach out to Evan Davis. Evan Davis looking to go back to regroup. Back to O'Hara. O'Hara. And Liam Marsh with the breakaway. Davis in tow. Shot right there. Davis unable to complete. He had 2 men on him. Kincaid back. Davis looking for a passing lane. Shot out to the blue line, but just out. Looks like Marsh got hurt on that engagement. Creel battling. Works around his man. He's got Kincaid. Creel at the boards. Kincaid there to support. Trying to keep Cash Johnson. Don't want too many men in there. Ref's giving the boys a warning. Got to keep the puck moving. 5:46 remaining in the first. And it looks like they might call this one. Nope, they're going to let them. Looks like Gorman comes away with the puck. Stopped back behind the line. Cash Johnson there. Chipped at the goal. Loose puck in the front. Cash Creel battling. Johnson and Lutheran with ice. A lot of traffic in front of the net there. Refs stopped the face-off. Not sure what the problem was. The players behind the ref were engaging a little too much ahead of the puck. Cash money line out now. Solid hit against the boards for no reason by Faith Lutheran. Good, solid poke check by Gorman, keeping it in the defensive zone. And they're going to call a penalty. Looks like the penalty is on Faith Lutheran. Gales on the power play. Davis wins the face-off, sends it back to Tyler Martin. Tyler Martin dangles, chips it up to Liam Marsh. Gales able to keep it in the zone, and Lutheran kicks it out. Puck sent over to Kincaid. Wasn't expecting it, and he's got it in the zone. Dangles around. Martin's got it. Shot. Liam in front, but unable to get enough traffic. Trying to take the eyes away from the goalie, screen them. Defensive change for the Gales. Baldi and Posner in. At defense, Marsh, Davis, and Kincaid in for forwards. Davis wants to face on the Posner. Posner sends it to Baldi. Baldi sends it deep. Lutheran. Looks like, they tried clearing, but it hit a player's glove on the bench at Faith Lutheran. So puck is going to come back into the offensive zone for Gorman instead of being a clear. Face off in the Gorman offensive zone. Like too many men for Faith Lutheran. Gorman with the face off. Shot went over the net. Davis able to retrieve. Marsh just out of reach of Marsh. Baldi there to chip it back deep. Puck goes out to Posner. Posner chips it in deep. Marsh there. Kincaid just off of his stick. And Lutheran with the clear. Puck out to Davis to his feet. Davis to Baldi just off. Unable to get into the zone. Gorman going for an offensive change, trying to look for a little bit more traction. Posner back behind net. Sends it to Jeff Baldi. Baldi looking through the neutral zone. Just out of reach of Cash Creel, but not an ice. 31 seconds remaining in the power play. Miller. Tritten. Back to Miller. Looking for a solid passing lane to Creel. Chipped away, though, by Martin to send it deep. Faith Lutheran gets it first, but Miller's there to keep it around. Martin, shot. Stopped. Cash Creel sends it back to the point to Miller. Miller to Tritten. And the power play is over. 2-on-2. Tritten there to retrieve. Sends it up to Cash Johnson. Cash Creel has it. Looking for lane. Chips back to Tritten. Tritten shot off the defenseman for Faith Lutheran, almost in his own net. Shot by Martin. Martin just to the left of the net. And Faith Lutheran send it out. Not going to be an icing. Just felt that the Gorman player could have touched that one. Back to Martin. Martin chipping it up, but not quite ready to receive that one. Martin going through the zone, neutral zone, in the defensive zone. Shot into the chest of the goalie. Goalie couldn't hold on to it and dropped it. Gales storm in for a rebound, but refs blow whistle before they can make contact with the puck. 2:12 remaining in the first period. 2-0 Faith. Shots on net are 8-6 in favor of Gorman Gales. Faith Lutheran with the face-off win. Evan Davis there to put pressure. Jennings chips it deep to Crochet. Crochet chips it back to Evan Davis, looking for space. Winds up, shot, deflection. Just. That was a very close one. Faith Lutheran able to steal the puck. So they go to the zone, send it deep. Miller chipping it out. And Faith Lutheran did retrieve, prevent an icing. Lutheran sends it across, not deep enough for an ice. Posner there to retrieve, looking for a passing lane. Backhand shot by Faith Lutheran, but wide of net. Gales get a breakout. A little too much on that one, though. And Crusaders able to get it back across the ice. Dunnigan. 2-on-1. Dunnigan, Schiberta. Actually, defensive change. Schiberta just out of reach of Schiberta. Had a pretty clear shot there. Brady Spancic sends it around the ice. Dunnigan there to retrieve. Chips it back deep. Schiberta battling with Frankie. Dunnigan staying as the high man. Baldi calling for the puck at the blue line. And Lutheran able to come away with it. Got a 2-on-1 situation. Got a solid back check. But Gorman able to chip it out. Dunnigan there, trying to chip it away from the man, and he does. Spancic there to apply pressure. Puck still available to him. Players might be called interference there. Didn't even try to go to the puck, playing the man instead. And that is the end of the first period. 2-0 Crusaders. Shots on net in favor of Gales at 9-7. kick off the second period. Lutheran comes away with the face-off win. Davis sends it over to Marsh. Marsh able to chip it and keep it deep. Davis in the support. Davis hits the man. And they're going to call that out, offsides. Face off in the neutral zone. Davis wins it, but Lutheran able to get there ahead of time. Martin chips it up to Liam. Picked off. Center ice. Kincaid going through the zone. Backhands it on net. Davis there. The open ice hit separates the man from the puck. Martin shot just to the right of the net. Kincaid there. Chips it back to Davis. Davis back behind the net. Davis comes away with the puck. Looking for a clear lane. Davis chips it back to Kincaid. Just out of his reach, though. Puck back behind the Crusaders' net. Liam Marsh there. Kincaid. The time. Bad bounce. And Crusaders. Marsh. Chasing after the puck. Gales go for an offensive change. O'Hara and Davis in as defensemen. No icing. Back to Cash Johnson. He's got a 2-0. And Creel just offsides on a 2-0 opportunity. Unfortunately, just a little off. Money line in. Win the faceoff. O'Hara to Davis. Davis up to Crash Creel. O'Hara able to keep it in the offensive zone. Cash Creel in pursuit. Pass comes to the neutral zone, but Gorman there to retrieve it. Trying to chip it in. And Creel sends it deep. Tritten there on the other side of the ice. Retrieve. Spins around. Puck just out of reach of Posner. And they're going to call this icing. Face off in the Gorman offensive zone. 12:45 remaining in the second period. Shots are 9-7 in favor of the Gales. Score is still 2-0. Couchet sends it back to Baldi. Baldi, shot just over the shoulder of the goalie. Posner, shot chipped by Jennings. And goal, DC Swanson off the rebound, making the game 2-1 at 12:27 in the second period. Shots on net, 10-7. Lutheran wins the face-off, but Gales, Martin chipping it up. No one there. Miller looking to regroup. Looking for an open pass lane. Sends it out to Xavier Couchet and DC Swanson. Couchet bringing it across the blue line, but just poked off the stick. Swanson chipping it back up, and Lutheran looking for a regroup. Lutheran finding a passing lane. Picked up, almost picked off. Martin to Miller. Miller sending it up. And Ringus Bancic deeking around. Pushed off the puck. A little bit of holding. A lot of interference going on the Lutheran side that's not really being called up until now. Correction. Looks like Shiberta is going to be going into the box. 11:32 in the second period. Gorman and Gales go on the penalty kill. Crochet in to take the face-off, calling interference on Shiberta. Puck out of play as Gorman was trying to clear it, and we're going to regroup on the other side of the ice in the Gorman defensive zone. Gales walk away with the face-off win. Davis sending it around. A little miscommunication of who's going after that one. Davis in pursuit, trying to get the puck out of the zone. Shot from the blue line and wide of the net. Lutheran looking for a passing lane. Whiffed on the pass. Davis working the man to the puck. Hayden O'Hara able to separate him. And DC Swanson able to send it deep. Swanson and Couchet, all four actually, are going in for a long change in the second period on the penalty kill. Jennings making the man have to send it. Baldi able to get enough oomph on that one to send all the way back into the Crusaders' defensive zone. Great stop by Jennings. Jennings, done again. It's a check in the back that wasn't really called. And Posner able to send it back into the defensive zone. 43 seconds remaining in the penalty kill. Lutheran not really able to get out of their zone. Davis in. Davis able to poke check, sends the man into the boards, and a solid clear. Marsh in pursuit, 22 seconds remaining. Davis there. A little bit of fun afterwards. Good solid hit. 9 seconds remaining. Faith Lutheran sends it back around the boards. No one really there to retrieve. And solid clear on net. And Gilberta going in for a poke check. Lutheran player not happy. Didn't really do his job. Not sure why they didn't call that one. It's a little uncalled for, considering you're supposed to play to the whistle. Money line in. Shot off a player from the blue line from Matt Miller, off player and over the net. Creel battling back behind. Sends it back to Cash Johnson. Cash Johnson sending it back to Cash Creel. Cash Creel back to Cash Johnson. Looking for a clear lane. Trying to get it back to the point to Matt Miller. Miller walking it up. Sends it back to Cash Creel. Cash Creel with space. Shot right into the gut. No rebound available. Lutheran with the face-off win, but Gale's able to maintain possession for the win. Cash money line still battling. Tritten sending it back. Sends it around. Cash Johnson there to pin it. Few too many men in one space. Back behind the goal line. Creel still battling. And solid hit along the boards. And Creel, Johnson there. Pay him back. And puck is pinned in the corner. O'Hara and Davis in as defensemen, and they're going to go ahead and stop the game on this one. 8:16 remaining in the second period. Faith winning 2-1. Shots on net in favor of the Gorman Gales, 12-7. Gorman with the face-off win, able to keep it in. Touche, winds up, shot off the goalie and over the net. Unable to clear. Check in the back. Solid cross-check in the back by Faith Lutheran. Lutheran going to the box for a penalty kill. Davis, Marsh, and Kincaid in as your forward set. Looks like we got Martin and Baldi in. No, sorry, Posner and Baldi in. Davis taking the face off, unable to win that one. And Faith Lutheran looking to clear. Baldi able to keep it close in the zone. Baldi dangles and sends it deep. Baldi able to grab it. Regroup. Marsh walking it in to Davis. Davis shot. Loose puck in the front. Kincaid not able to get there in time. And interference on Faith Lutheran. Not playing the puck, playing the man. Going to have 5-on-3 now as Lutheran gets another one sent to the box. All right. 5-on-3. Cash money line in. What do we got here? Hooking. It's like they're calling hooking. Not sure what they're going to do here. Hooking and another player off the ice. Faith Lutheran winning the faceoff, keeping it pinned. Got a lot of penalties up on the board right now. 1:08 remaining in the first penalty for Faith Lutheran. 1:40 in their second penalty. We are 4-on-3 in play right now. Puck just out of reach of Cash Creel. Creel, though, able to maintain possession. Tritten. Creel sends it back. Trying to find some space. Matt Miller, shot into the gut. Faith Lutheran goalie's looking for action. See what happens here. We are 4-on-3 still for 45 more seconds. 2-1 Faith Lutheran, 6:44 remaining in the first. Face-off win, back to Matt Miller. Matt Miller sending it back deep. Cash Tritten there, try to hold on to it. Back to Tyler Martin. Tyler Martin with some time, sending it to Miller. Miller winds up, shot, puck loose in front of net, and Faith Lutheran able to clear. Just out of reach of Tyler Martin. Martin is getting it up. Davis on the ice now. Martin looking for a lane. Shot. Almost in net. Off the blocker. Martin to Davis. Davis walks it around, chips it back to Martin. Martin, Miller, shot. And Marsh there to try to clean up something at the end there, but not able to get it. 5 seconds remaining in the 5-on-3. And then we have 40 seconds of 5-on-4. A lot of penalties, folks. Gorman penalty down to 47 seconds on Cash Johnson. Davis unable to win the faceoff. They go to clear, unable to do so. Posner to Baldi. Baldi shot, chipped by Marsh, but not able to connect. And Gorman unable to hold it in their zone. Posner there to regroup with the puck. We are now 5-on-4. 21 seconds. Sorry, 4-on-3. Baldi sends it to Marsh. Marsh up to Davis. Davis able to brush his man. Sends it to Marsh. Marsh chips backhand. Almost. Baldi sending it out. Shot over the net. Baldi there to hold it in. We are now 5-on-5. Baldi keeping it deep. Line change. Able to keep it in the zone. Liam Marsh. DC Swanson applying pressure, but able to be chipped out. And that is going to be on net. Got to be fielded. No ice. And O'Hara there to regroup. Send it back to O'Hara. O'Hara to DC Swanson. Swanson trying to get to Jennings. And Swanson. Good, solid hit. Swanson sending it deep, but picked off. And puck is going to go deep. They are going to call icing on that one. Puck's going to come back into the Lutheran defensive zone. Shots on net now at 19-7 in favor of Gorman Gales. Game is 2-1 in the second period, 4:28 remaining. Truchet, Swanson, and Jennings in, as well as Evan Davis and Caden O'Hara in the offensive zone for Gorman. Truchet waiting, and Lutheran wins the faceoff just barely, though. Lutheran trying to get to the zone, but they're going to be offsides. Little bit of bumping after the play on both sides. Seems to be some frustration on the Lutheran side. A lot of selfish penalties. Puck up and out of play into the rafters. It's like going to do the faceoff back in the neutral zone, just outside of the Gorman defensive zone. Dunnigan at center. Schuberta, left winger. And brings Zubancic as right winger. Gorman sending it across the neutral zone. Defensive regroup for Lutheran. Almost picked off. Miller holding it out to Martin. Martin sends it up to Schuberta. Schuberta chipping it deep. Boys chasing it around now. Lutheran trying to clear, but Frank is there to hold on to it. Chipping it back. Frankie sending it right in front. Almost. Sitting there, Schuberta wide open in front of the net. Out to Martin. Martin. And Gale send it back deep. Zubancic and Dunnigan in pursuit. Tritten there, just off the stick. Posner, the great separation. Dunnigan sending it around. Martin. Martin chipping it up to Tritten. Zupancic still in there. Sends it back just out of reach. Boys tag up. And Johnson able to pick it off. Push off the puck, though. Lutheran brings around back behind their own goal. Almost lost in front of the net. Johnson to Posner. Posner sends it back out to Cash Johnson. Johnson looking for Lane. Chips it, sends it back. Cash Creel. Cash Creel brushed off the puck. Try to clear, but unable to do so. Might have a breakaway here. And an amazing save by Dylan Kelly on a breakaway. And we're going to go on the penalty kill here. High stick on not sure who. Not sure who that was on. Looks like they're going to be putting Baldi in, calling for a high stick when he made contact. Gorman goes on the penalty kill. 2:19 remaining in the second period. Gorman on the penalty kill. Evan Davis. Gorman wins it. Evan Davis goes to clear into the neutral zone. Doesn't get as deep as we'd like to, but it works. Boucher there. Hopefully get a mistake out of it, and there we are. Swanson chips it in the crease. And we have a penalty. Faith Lutheran going to the box. We're going to be 4-on-4 for a little bit here. Number 18, Faith. Looked like it may have been a hooking call on that shot. 4-on-4, we got Swanson, Crochet, Martin, and Miller in on the 4-on-4 in the Gorman offensive zone. Crochet in at center, taking the face-off to the right of the net. Looks like some communication going on here with the coaches and the refs on the Gorman side. Looks like, I'm not sure what they're doing here. Looks like maybe they called the wrong player on the penalty. Looks like they swapped out some players on the Faith Lutheran side. Actually, correction. Looks like Monroe is out. Yep, Monroe is done for the game. Terrible call. And someone else serving his penalty for him. It's a 2-minute. Looks like there may have been some communication with the ref and the player on the way to the box. Usually that's what will do it. Best thing you can do after getting a penalty is to keep your mouth shut. Swanson shot, but chipped away. So you're at 4-on-4 for pretty much the rest of the. And they're going to call a penalty there. Not sure. Oh, they're saying elbow. May have been a height difference. Some penalties on both sides now. Now we are at 4-on-3 in favor of Faith Lutheran. We have 1:26 remaining in the second period. Faith winning 2-0. Shots on net, though, an astounding 21-8. Gorman playing 5-on-3 now on the penalty kill. Davis, and not sure. Maybe it's Kincaid. Davis comes in to win the face-off, and they win it. Puck is loose. An odd bounce. And we're going to look at elbowing penalty for Matt Miller. Gorman wins the face-off. And Davis clears. Goalie there. Hold it. Sends it back to the defenseman. Gorman playing safe on this one on a 5-on-3. 1 minute remaining in the period. Lutheran gets into the zone, looking for a clear lane. Hits Davis's skate, and Davis just almost able to clear it. Oh, poor move. Not sure what they're calling here. All right, who we got? We got no penalties on that one. All right, we got Posner, we have Johnson, and Martin in the 5-on-3. 35.7 seconds remaining. 21-10 shots on net. 2-1 is the score. Tyler dangling around easily. Tyler Martin, 25 seconds remaining. Loses it in the defensive zone. Defenseman whiffs on it. And right back. And offsides. We're back to 4-on-4. 13 seconds remaining on the penalty for Faith Lutheran. And then we'll be at 5-on-4. And that'll just almost carry over into the third period. There'll be a brief moment of 4-on-4, as we are now. Johnson wins the faceoff, coming through, walking around his man, dangling right in front. 3 seconds left. Johnson, and that is the end of the second period. 2-1 in favor of Faith Lutheran. Shots on net, though, are 21-10. It's like they cleared that penalty at the end. Time shouldn't have worked out that way, but some fuzzy math. Matt Miller's penalty for elbowing is going to carry into the third period for about 34 seconds. Unless there's some more fuzzy math and we get out early. And Lutheran comes away with a face-off win. Start the third period. We're at 5-on-4. Dunnigan chipping it up. No icing. Looks like Schuberta there. Sends it around. Dunnigan hits the man with the puck. Schuberta sends it back to Baldi. Baldi shot off the blocker and out in play. Gorman putting a lot of pressure on Lutheran with the on the penalty kill. 8 seconds remaining in the penalty kill, and then we will be back to 5-on-5 play. 14:33 remaining in the third. Another close game. 2-1. Dunnigan And Schuberta in. Davis and O'Hara in a defense. Puck sent out, and they're going to call icing. Face off in the Crusaders defensive zone. Evan Davis just loses it. Actually, he's able to get it back. Dunnigan working through. Puck comes back to O'Hara. O'Hara to Frankie Zupancic, but he wasn't expecting that one. Frankie cross ice and end of the neutral zone. Defensive regroup for Crusaders. Crusaders send it deep, and that will be an ice. And coming back into the Gorman offensive zone. We are back to 5-on-5. Money line rolling in with Miller and Martin in support on defense. Cash Johnson. Gorman wins the faceoff. Miller chipping it deep. Creel and Johnson. Seems to be a familiar place there. Pinned along the boards. 13:44 remaining. Need to keep that puck moving. Need to get one more up on these boys. And Johnson comes away with it. Tries to dangle out to Tritten, and he ties it up. We are 2-2. 2-2. Cash Tritten able to tie it up. Lutheran not too happy. The fans aren't too happy either. 5-on-5 play. Cash line still out. Same role lineup. Martin and Miller in for support. Creel having a few words. Beginning of the faceoff. Gorman wins the faceoff. Miller chips it up to Tritten. Tritten poked just out of his reach. Martin sending it deep. Johnson trying to keep it into the zone, but unable to do so. Miller there to regroup. He's got a man on him. Chips it off the wall up to Cash Creel. Gorman, the Lutheran player goes in for a shoulder check and misses very wide. Trying to get a breakout, unable to do so on the Faith Lutheran side. Gorman going for a pass, but man was coming off ice. Try to avoid the too many men. Baldi. Walking it across. Shot. Glove saved. Faith Lutheran. Looks like we change on the forward side. Kincaid, Davis, and Marsh. Baldi and Posner in on defense in the offensive zone for a face-off. Game is 2-2. 22 shots to 10 in favor of Gorman Gales. 12:41 remaining in the third. Davis wins the face-off back to Baldi. Baldi. Shot. Loose in front of the net. Backhanded. But goalie able to get a hold of that one. Gorman won the face-off, sent it to Baldi. Faith players all swarm towards Posner, expecting the cross pass, but not there. Davis to Baldi again. Baldi shot just to the wide of the net, off of another player's stick. Kincaid chips it to Davis. Davis looking for a lane. Looking. Sends it back around to Liam Marsh. Liam Marsh. And unfortunate turnover. Offsides on Faith, except that's going to be an icing on Gorman. Gorman worried about a turnover and breakaway for Lutheran. Ended up sending it a little too much mustard on that one for an icing. Puck's going to come back into the defensive zone. 12:08 remaining. 2-2. Third period. Crochet in for the faceoff. Gorman wins the faceoff. O'Hara bringing it around the net. A little too close in front of his own net. Jennings trying to catch up. Good separation by, not sure who that is. Davis. It's a little bit of extracurricular activity right in front of the net with O'Hara and the forward for Faith Lutheran. Trying to get them separated here. Vying for a position. Trying to screen the goalie. Face off in the defensive zone. Crochet, Swanson, and Jennings in. Crochet wins the face off. Martin on the defensive side there is there with Miller again. Swanson to Jennings. Jennings chips it in. He's going for a chase. He's got Crochet heading towards the net. Out to Miller. Miller sends it. Looking for a cross-ice pass in front to the goalie's right, but no one really there. Chipped out to the blue line. And DC Swanson battling Crochet and chasing Miller there to keep it. Sends it over to Swanson, and Swanson with the 3-2, making it 3-2. Gorman on top. Gorman on top. 3-2, 25 shots on net to 11. Lineup change for Faith Lutheran. 11:06 remaining in the third period. Zupancic, Swanson, and Schiberta in for forwards. And we have Baldi and Posner in. Looks like they're sending out Dunnigan. Not sure what the infraction was, but doesn't matter. Schiberta wins it. Dunnigan chasing it down. Faith Lutheran trying to chip it out. Baldi. And a turnover. Schiberta trying to get some separation. Schiberta brings back behind his own goal, in front of his own goal. Let's not do that one again. Favorable bounce for Faith Lutheran. Faith Lutheran drops it back. Shot, but off a player and wide. Baldi there, chipping it around to Frankie Zupancic. Zupancic sending it to the feet, unfortunately, of Schiberta. Dunnigan with a solid hit. High school hockey, folks. Schiberta with a favorable bounce. Out to Frankie Zupancic. Zupancic beats his man, working around. Loses it, though, but O'Hara able to hold it in. O'Hara bringing it around, looking back behind the goal line. Hook check off the stick. Sends it to Tritten, who's sitting right up front. Shot off the player's stick. He was wide open going there. Zupancic to O'Hara. Just off the stick of O'Hara. Davis there. Work his man. Solid hit. There we go. They blew the whistle. Not sure why the players are still playing. Seems like Faith may have forgotten what the whistle is. All right. So, another penalty for Faith Lutheran. Sorry, Gorman. Actually, no, they're just stopping play. 5-5. Puck is going to be in the neutral zone, just out of Gorman's zone. Gorman winning 9:46 in the third period. Evan Davis able to keep it from getting too deep. Creel, cash money line. O'Hara separates the Crusader from the puck. Johnson pinning O'Hara there, getting some separation. 9:24 remaining. That's it. Lutheran able to hold it deep, and Crusaders send it out of the zone. Puck's going to come back out into the neutral zone. Davis, Marsh, and Kincaid in. Marsh able to win that one and sending it deep. Lutheran trying to clear, but can off of Liam. Davis able to send it back to Kincaid. Kincaid sends it out to Marsh. And Martin trying to find a lane, walks it in himself, chips it in deep. Marsh. Puck is able to make it back a little too far. Sends back in. Davis in pursuit. Puck out to Matt Miller. Matt Miller sends it up to Lee Marsh. Lee Marsh chipping it deep. Davis in pursuit, keeping pinned while Gorman goes for a change. Shot! Good. Grabbed by the goalie. Goalie going for some extra credit after the play and chipping Liam Marsh. Didn't like the drive-by. Crochet in. Gorman wins the face-off. Baldi has it. Shot. Goal! Jeff Baldi to make it 4-2. 4-2 for Bishop Gorman with a comeback from the previous game. 8:14 remember. Sorry, 8:14 in the third period. Lots of cheering parents over here. 8:14 in the third period. 4-2 in favor of Bishop Gorman. 26 shots on net to 11. Bit of a breakdown for Faith Lutheran right now. Gorman with some momentum. Jennings separates man from the puck, tripping it in. DC Swanson sending it deep. Gorman goes for a change. Crochet there. Player very lucky Crochet didn't take him out. Lutheran loses the puck. And player for Lutheran goes down. Back in the neutral zone, and player's able to get off before it was called offsides. Faith Lutheran sends it deep, just to the left of the net. Baldi there to get it. Chips it out to Gilberta. Dunnigan there, working. And Jennings with the break. Oh, solid open ice hit. Players are holding onto the puck a little too long. Gilberta dangles around easily. Chips it just over the post. O'Hara able to hold it in, trying to keep it in the zone, but puck's out in the neutral zone. And defensive regroup back to Evan Davis. Evan Davis back to Tristan Gilberta. Gilberta, Faith going for a change and leaving too many Gorman players uncovered. Gilberta shot off player's stick or legs. Dunnigan battling. Jennings back to Evan Davis. Davis able to keep. Shot, but off the roof. Faith Lutheran trying to get their way back in the box, doing whatever they can to be a man down. Face off in the Gorman offensive zone. Cash money line out there. Money line wins the face off. Able to keep it in the zone. A little bit of a breakdown. Johnson dangles. Don't be greedy, boys. Tritten able to poke check it off. Just out of the zone. And Gorman sends it deep. Doesn't hit the roof, so still in play. Creel there. Tritten there. Shot, Matt Miller. Bit of a knuckle puck there. Goalie able to retrieve it. Face-off is going to be back in the Gorman offensive zone. 6:20 remaining in the third period. Gales winning 4-2, outshooting their opponent 27-11. Cash money line still in with Evan Davis. Gorman wins. Evan Davis shot. Deflected off a skate. Tritten there. Hold it in. Not able to do so, though, but unfavorable bounce. Yep. And that's going to be a holding or hooking on Evan Davis. Strong argument that those are the ones you want to take, as a clean breakaway like that could not be good. 2-minute penalty, Evan Davis. We have 6:08 remaining in the third. Puck's coming back into the Gorman defensive zone. Crochet in. Lutheran wins the faceoff, but Gorman able to come away with it and sends it deep. Not sure what the goalie was doing. Goalie went in for a trip on purpose. Swanson keeping them pinned down. And poked off the stick and into the neutral zone. Faith Lutheran sending it deep. Just out of reach of Jeff Baldi. Posner there to regroup, and he sends it out, and it's going to go back into the Gorman offensive zone as Gorman goes for a change. Dunnigan and Jennings in at forward, and that is going to be offsides and coming back out to the neutral zone. Player was in the offensive zone before the puck and brought it in. The puck must enter the offensive zone before the puck. Player can have at least one leg in the neutral zone, but they're going to consider that an intentional offside, and they're going to bring it back as a penalty. Not a man down penalty, but as punishment for doing that on purpose. And Gorman doing a great job on this penalty kill. 54 seconds remaining, and really not a shot off by Faith Lutheran. Faith Lutheran loses it. Dunnigan bringing it in. Shot just to the left of the net. Jennings there holding it. Chips it back in deep. Dunnigan there. Players choked up a little high. Need to back up a little bit. And Gorman sends it back deep. 29 seconds remaining in the kill. Don't know if they recorded a single shot during the 2-minute penalty. Almost picked off. Solid back check by Gorman. Separates the man from the puck. O'Hara loses it though. But Posner's there to regroup. And sends it along the glass, but stopped at the blue line. Gilberta. Puck shot, but off a player, the Gorman player. Davis in. Back to 5-on-5. Gilberta bringing it around. Chips it back to Davis. Wasn't really expecting it, but we're going to go. He's going to send it. Gilberta not quite ready. Davis back in. Davis dangles. Sends it back to Frankie. Frankie shot. Goes over. Miller. Sends it back deep. Tag up. Davis is able to get it. Catch the breakout. He's got a little opening. Sends it back to Marsh. Shot. Deflected, but off the pads of the goalie. Marsh there to retrieve it. Sends it back to defense. Chip and almost in net. Davis battling in front into the crease. Marsh there to keep it pinned. Kincaid there. Great save by Martin. Davis shot and goal. Wasn't even looking for a goal, really. Just sending it deep. 5-2. Gorman with a comeback. Davis moonwalking his way back. 3:06 remaining in the third period. 29 shots on net to 11. Gorman not happy with how the previous game went. Making a statement on home ice. All right. Lutheran wins the faceoff, but doesn't really matter because Gorman's there. Lutheran getting an opportunity, but poke checked off. They're going to call a penalty on Gorman. Not sure what they're calling. It's like, I'm not sure which player that is. It's like Tyler Martin. Martin looks like hooking. All right, 2:51 remaining. 2-minute penalty, so that's going to take the majority of. We're going to be in penalty kill for a while. Lutheran wins the face-off. Tries to center it. Not able to do so. Shot off the pad and out. And chipped out by Gorman. Cash Creel outworking the defenseman. Goalie there sends it across his own ice. Creel badgering, stopping. Johnson need to send that one deep, boys. Creel battling. Bad bounce, shot up and out of play. Puck going to be in the Gorman defensive zone as it was shot and out of play. 1:22 remaining in the penalty, 2:12 in the period. Great penalty kill on the last go-around where Crusaders didn't record a single shot. Lutheran wins this face-off, though, but Gale there to separate it. Weird fluke shot. Baldi chipping it out and into the neutral zone. Crusaders go for a regroup. Crochet putting pressure and shot through the crease, but no contact. Shot off another player, and Gorman waiting and sending it out. Ooh. Hit the advertisement mid-ice on the way out. Probably going to bring this, yep, they're going to bring it back into the Gorman defensive zone. Got to work on our clear. All right, 1:42 remaining in the third period. 52 seconds on the penalty. Dunnigan in, shot off the pads. Jennings just couldn't get there in time. Looking for a solid clear. Jennings walks away with it, skates it up, chips it. He's going for himself. He wants one. Shot, short side. Still has a puck, and he's just deciding to send it out now. Out to O'Hara. O'Hara winds up, shot off the back of Dunnigan and almost in net. Jennings able to hold it and sends it back deep. Dunnigan there. Trying to keep him pinned. 13 seconds remaining on another great penalty kill. Jennings there holding it down. Minute left in the third. And they're going to go ahead and they're going to call penalty. Not sure what's going on. Looks like we had a Lutheran player holding the legs of the Gorman player. But they're going to go ahead and put him in the box. So we are going to be 5-on-3 for 5 seconds. 55 seconds remaining in the period. Puck's going to come back. Actually, they're putting one in both. Both players in. Good news. So we are actually back to 5-on-4. Frankie Sabancic. Oh, nope, looks like there's a late change for Faith Lutheran. Not sure what they're doing. Trying to play the game. It's going to be 5-on-4. Faith Lutheran not knowing how many players. Actually, they're going to put another player in the box. Coach on the Lutheran side not too happy with the refs. Cameraman Carly Davis going nuts over here. Super fan Carly Davis. Shiberta separating from the puck. Sends it back. Posner shot. Sorry, I only saw the 3. Lots of battling. Gale's back to 5 on the ice. 4 on the ice. And unless there's a complete breakdown in the next 30 seconds, this is going to wrap it up. Shiberta sends it back. Not the right look. Poke check, though. Over to Jeff Baldi. Baldi able to separate the man from the puck. Baldi wings it back around to Shiberta. Shiberta walking it through. 12 seconds remaining. Out to Frankie Sabancic, who chips it in. Frankie sends it back to Shiberta. Shiberta, shot. 3.3 seconds remaining. And, folks, this is it. Short of another goal off the faceoff. Gorman making a comeback statement after a poor bounce loss in the previous game. 32 shots on net tonight to 16. Outworking. And that is it. Gorman 5-2. Making a statement. Tons of effort tonight. All right, folks. Thank you for joining us for another exciting game. As some of you may be aware, both of these teams playing in the JV division previously have been moved up to varsity D3. Looks like there may not have been enough competition with the shutouts previously, so expect some more competition in the coming games. Good night, folks, and we'll see you next time. Next game is in Anaheim, and unfortunately I don't have the schedule in front of me because it all just changed, but we will definitely be there and look forward to some competitive games. Good night, folks.